Good morning, Benzinga Nation. Who's ready to go ahead and get some trading started? I've been on fire, ready to keep the high accuracy up. I know Ryan's going to be checking out those smaller plays. His new scanner is on point. And you guys know my man, YOLO Zunaid out here, ain't going to shy away from trading today, baby. Hit those thumbs on up and welcome to Live Trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
What's going on, team? How we doing on out there? I'm ready to go ahead and dive into today's show. Got to go ahead and bring on my man. First up, Lord Ryan in the house. Let's go. Let's bring him on after this nice little and oh, look at my man.
I was trying to hold a pose. I was trying to time it, and you're like dragging it out. I'm like, all right, Mitch.
I keep him in the froze. I keep him in the freeze there. And of course, don't forget, we got my man, the Dancing Zayd.
That's why I get a haircut, right? Because that long hair,
That's what I was gonna
off,
say. That
you
was
know?
my boy rolling up with his fresh hairstyle. You know, when he comes out, he's like, "Hey,
I can't do that. I can't do that. What's up, yo?
All right, guys, we're ready to get it started. Let us know in the chat if you guys are excited to get with it right here on Benzinga. If you guys enjoy this show, and let us know what's on your radar. What's your top stock that you're going to be watching to trade today? I'm going to use the word. There's of crap going on right now. All right. So we need to figure this on out. How are we going to attack the day? Let's start taking a look. First things first, what's going on, my man Zunaid? How are these tech stocks today?
Well, today the main focus is going to be actually the monkeypox stocks, but I'll let Ryan kind of get to that. I'll just go over my usual list here on Apple. Again, waiting for Apple to hit 150. You can see that I've got an alert already set for the 150 on Apple, and then we'll go back and revisit the SPY here for a moment. SPY, you can see, looks like 393 is a level to keep an eye on. It was support a couple of sessions ago. Looks like yesterday around their support as well. So we'll keep an eye on it, see if it wants to bounce from there or not. But ultimately, I think 390s or 391s might be an area of interest for me. So I don't really necessarily like anything, but if it wants to come back and maybe test like the 397s, I'd be looking to get puts just to scalp it for a half a point or so. What else would I have? The Qs. I'll go over the futures here in a moment because I traded that last night after a little bit of motivation from Jim. But the Qs here, if it wants to come back and test 300, again, I'd be happy to grab some puts and give myself about a point of a stop loss above it. I got a chance to short the Qs here yesterday around 300 in VWAP, and then one last time I was able to take a loss on it, and then I got out the trade. But it worked out pretty well for me on shorting around the $300 level for the Qs there. And then we'll also take a look at BABA. This one cracked 100 yesterday, but you can see the nice little gap up today. We'll see if this one ends up fading or not. I would love for it to kind of come back and test this 101 area. Maybe we can try to go ahead and go along there, but ultimately, I think I want to avoid that. I think ultimately I'm going to look for about $100 or so to kind of be the level to grab this. You know, maybe the previous close around 101, maybe you can start a small position and then kind of get into it around $100 as well. And then of course, we'll take a look at Tesla. 800 is a level to keep an eye on. You can see around 802, 800-ish, it kind of bounced for a little bit, but it didn't quite make it up to where today you get a bit of a gap down. So we'll keep an eye. I think if it gets to around 800, I'm looking to go short. My stop loss would be 806. I give myself about $6 of wiggle room there. Now remember, if you're trading options, make sure you have a size that you're comfortable with losing 20-30% of your value there on the contracts if you are wrong in how things will go. But that's what I've got there. Snap, this is just trading. I mean, I don't even know how to trade Snap at the moment, besides the $10 being your risk level in terms of going short around 10. But I mean, this was just barcoding yesterday. We tried to play it a couple of ways. We only made a few pennies. It wasn't necessarily worth the headache that I got out of it. But that's kind of pretty much all I have when it comes to these big tech stocks.
All right. Makes sense. And I'll be honest, obviously this week is going to be big. I think as we get closer and closer to Fridays, you might get more and more opportunities with some of these tech stocks as some of the reports come out.
Yeah.
And we get some clarity on them. First thing to mention here real quick is Walmart. Obviously, Walmart is down big time. Just a huge sell-off yesterday. They pre-announced it's not good. There's basically a lot of worry here and about what's going on in the future here. You can see there's a whole bunch of re-ratings here from the analysts. So analysts are normally behind on this. This is actually a good thing. But anyway, Walmart won't be trading it. Definitely want to watch how it performs. Don't forget, we have the 2-day Fed meeting starts today, and we actually hear about that tomorrow. I don't have, oh yeah, you know what? Mitch taught me how to do this. Let's take a quick look here at some of the earnings that we have today, right? So we had Pfizer and Biogen reporting today, or reporting this morning. Really kind of nothing there. The other thing is that after Teva reported too, we'll watch Teva after the open. Teva really needs volume to get going for a day trade, so we'll see. It spiked briefly up to what, 553. It's currently at 525, so we'll see if that gets any action. After hours today, we have AMD, Airbnb, and Starbucks. I'd be interested in those. I kind of would be interested in hearing what Caesars has to say. But then we start to pick it up, right? Tomorrow morning, we have Moderna, Wingstop, some of the different food places. And then we have eBay, Twilio, Uber, Etsy, Marathon Oil, TripAdvisor, Fastly, Fortinet after the close. And then Thursday is the big day here with Apple. Actually, I don't see it on here. This is the old one. This is the old one. Here we go. Sorry about that. Apple, Intel, Amazon, Roku after hours on Thursday. Those are going to be the big ones here. So Teva's actually tomorrow. It's not this morning. I'm sorry for picking the wrong one. And then today, after hours, we have Alphabet, Microsoft, and Chipotle. Those are going to be the big ones. I am curious about Visa. I'm curious as to what they say. We'll see. They have a conference call today at 1, so we'll see. We'll see how some of these earnings go. Now, as far as the actual earnings or earnings aside, let me go back here. Okay. Aside from the earnings, we do have several here on the movers tool that are absolutely going to be in play today. First one here is going to be AYLA. Now, Zunaid, you talked a little bit about the monkeypox. We're going to cover those shortly because there seems to be only one stock that is holding overnight. So anyway, first here is going to be AYLA. This actually looks really strong. I'd love to see this break 180, a break of 180. I think we pop and run here. I'd be looking to scalp this. And then I'd also be looking to add on dips and maybe sell the rip. We'll see how it actually performs after the market opens. Second one here is going to be FRGT. This is actually already broken out of its consolidation area. So we'll see where this ends up going. My suspicion on this, just because of this recent pop here, is we might come back in here and retest that level. So I'll wait at the open here. I'm not necessarily going to attack this right out of the open. VS, for all you penny players out there, VS looks like it's setting up. We'll see if this actually gets rolling here. PGY, we actually had trades on this yesterday. This thing was ripping yesterday, and it looks like it's starting to gear up again today. So might have some more trades here on PGY. Would love to see it take out that 1233, which was about the intraday high yesterday. Now, a couple other things here. Let's see, WTRH. This has really been going penny play that I'm probably going to pass on, but we've actually called this off the scanner recently. AGRX, we've called off the scanner, another penny play. So we'll see. HNRG, this has been a former runner in the past, so we'll see what happens here. Just a couple of things going on. Now, the one thing that I wanted to say about the monkeypox is, remember, we traded Saiga yesterday, and this was pretty massive yesterday. There were multiple trades in here. It's starting to leak here. It's starting to give it back up. I would actually really need this to cross through 1550 to be interested in it. CMRX, this thing just died. It didn't really give us a whole lot yesterday. It's really not doing great today. I guess it's holding too. That would be the positive here. And then lastly is GOVX. Right, GOVX. This one, on the other hand, is holding up here. So we did sell off a little bit here in the pre-market. We immediately caught and returned to some of those levels. If you're going to trade one of the monkeypox plays today, I think GOVX might be the one that's in play to the long side. Well, again, we'll have to see how the market opens here and how these stocks trade after the market opens. But for monkeypox today, GOVX seems to be the target. We shall see. Also worth noting, SLGG, they popped here this morning. There's some news here for SLGG. I still hold a very small chunk of this from my big trade last year, but might day trade this. We'll see how it goes. Some days SLGG really likes to get some expanding volume, and it likes to move in predictable patterns. We'll see if today is one of those days. So that's about all I got for you here, Zunaid.
I love it. What I'm gonna do is GOVX. I'm gonna actually go ahead and put in an order to buy a small position at 152. So I've got an order out right now on Thinkorswim, purchasing some at 152. I would say the crack of about 144, I will be out of that trade. But yeah, let's see if we get a little bit of a bounce from that 150 level. Is what I was kind of keeping an eye on. And of course, I got the stop out area from the pre-market low that we have. So I would love for at the open, we just go zoink, pick me up, and then let's get back to the 160s or so for a quick scalp. So don't say I trade fast and you can't get in if you decide it's the best plan for you as well. Because there's a setup that I've got right now. We're risking about 6 cents. Hopefully it doesn't screw me completely like Baba did yesterday. But we had an interview yesterday with one of the smallpox company as well. And so we're going to look to have we're going to look to have a what was the here? It was TNXP. And and you can see that stock during the interview. Looks like people enjoyed what the answers were from the CEO. So that one kind of went up, and then after hours it popped, and now it's coming back down. So it looks like if you were playing this one, if you're interested in this one, above 185 is a level for you to try to go long. But this is actually another one. Matter of fact, I think even this one, I'm going to try to buy this one here. Same thing, 152. Stop loss on this one will be, we'll call it 144. Let me put that in there. So yeah, there you go. I've got two tickers, GOVX, TNXP, 152. That's where I'm looking to get a position here. Just looking for a little bit of scalp. If I can get 10, 20, 30 cents out of it, scaling out, I'm very, very happy with that. Should be good. And yes, look, I know I was yawning. I haven't showered yet. Do you shower in the morning? Because you have a nice glow. I assume you shower in the morning.
Of course.
Cool. So I'm being judged now because I usually, because look, here's the thing. You guys have seen my alarm. Okay. But this time, thankfully, now what I do is I leave my blinds open and I get the beautiful sunlight. So I wake up around like 8:15, and I always leave time to do a chore or two. So for example, yesterday I woke up at like 8:15. I did the dishes, all of that. And then today, I ran some other chores because my cousin is coming in, and I'm apparently an adult now where I have to house him for a week. So I don't know. It's a whole thing. But anyway, TMI. How is it TMI that I haven't showered today? It's only been,
you ain't doing no damn chores. I don't know who you're.
What do you mean?
You ain't doing no chores. You're waking up. You're like, I'm good. Okay,
usually I like wake up, I roll out of bed, and I go into the men's room, and I wash my face, brush, all of that, and I'm like, all right, we are not going to lose money today. Say it with me. But I agree though. You should shower in the morning. But anyway, enough of my hygiene stuff. Thank you, Mitch, for coming in here and talking about more stocks. But 150 area is what I'm looking at on TNXP and GOVX. Hopefully the whole number is what helps us out here. Mitch, what about you, man? You wake up at like 6 something, right? I assume you shower in the morning too.
Gotta shower, bro. Come on, man.
I'm not saying I don't shower in life. I'm saying in the morning, it's a little tough.
Have you heard about smell-o-vision?
What the hell is that? You say you can smell the days I haven't showered?
They could smell you through the camera, man. That's what they say.
Hey,
I don't
listen,
know.
this ain't that good of a camera. Wait for AT to ship me some good stuff. But no, I am buying shares of GOVX. I am not
Okay.
shorting whatsoever.
Yeah, you evil short, Zunaid. You're
That's
so
funny as
evil,
hell.
bro. I see
That's
you.
really funny. That's really funny. It's not true, but it's a very funny joke.
Yeah, a haircut is not considered a shower, Zunaid. Just to let you know, man. If you cut your hair, that's not considered a shower, bro. But
See, this I do because what I do. So here, look, I know what I'm going to take another minute to focus on me. Then you can go on stocks. I go ahead and work out around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, which means then I'm sweaty as hell. And then I go ahead and shower, right? Or no, sorry. And then then I go ahead and shower, then I eat, and then I do some Benzinga work. And that's where Ryan gets emails from me at like midnight and stuff. And then I go to sleep. That's my routine. Get off my back. What do you have to trade here? I'm just going to put this up here. There you go. It's all you.
as you guys can tell, Zunaid has no wife because she would have been like, boy, get off that
not.
phone.
I
Get
do
off
not.
it.
I do not.
All right, let's take
Married
a
to
look
the
here.
market is all I am.
Yep, that's it, at least for the time being. Let's smell you later, and let's take a look here at Walmart. Walmart just getting destroyed, and can you say clean up in the retail aisle because it's going to be destruction after destruction. You guys will see stocks like AEO, stocks like, Shop was already getting hit. Shop got hit even harder after what has been going on lately. Look at Shop. Oh my God. If you guys thought this was going into a bullish sense, I talked about it here at 40. I didn't want to get caught that day here as it went up to 40 and then look to give you that fake out. And look how that thing faked out. It went through that 40, turned back around. I talked about it because I didn't want to get caught to a down move to 36. You got a down move to 31 real freaking quick. So it just comes to show me that just be careful on out there today. Definitely disasters all around. The stock that I'm looking for to continue on the downside is Tesla. It's already leaked out. Yesterday, we got stopped out of this by literally a couple of pennies. And we could have been in this one getting all this gain here down in the 794. So I'm going to look for a bounce here and Tesla out the gate, but look for Tesla to continue coming to the downside. And that's going to continue the downside reaction. You're seeing Amazon get hit hard because of that shop report. And so this one, I think you're going to see a little bit of sideways action. The SPY needs to kind of catch up because it's actually holding up way too high up here, at least in my eyes. It should be down here closer probably towards that 390, 393 level. We'll see what happens out the gates here. Yesterday, we played a lot of oil, and look where oil is. If I'd have been able to held some of the shares yesterday, we would have been up about 3 or 4% from there. But ExxonMobil looking really good, bouncing up there to the 91. Keep your eyes also on some basic materials. Those are starting to come back. Coal had a good day yesterday. We'll see if it can continue today. Agricultural inputs looking interesting. Also, steel bouncing back a little bit. Can these continue to run? We'll keep an eye out. Another stock to kind of keep on watch, farm product stock that had earnings today, ADM. Take a look how it affects other food product stocks. I'm going to look to see if defensives start leading us right out the gates. If defensives start leading us, then you could see some bounce back from, let's say, like Walmart as it gotten really destroyed. But we'll see if these can even bounce back a little bit out the gates. I wouldn't be playing these. I'm just looking to see if defensives can move up, but of course it could get dragged by the department stores and discount stores. So another area to kind of watch today is going to be what happens to Google, right? Google looks like it wants to just break down. This looks very bearish to me on the daily, and I'm going to keep watch because it either going to do a complete turnaround off the earnings and get back up there towards, let's say, the 118s, or this could be destruction in the earnings if it's going to come after the bell. If this comes out and for some reason we open up tomorrow with Google down below 100, that's where I say watch out, guys, because that could be really strong disaster starting there. After Google breaks 100, there's the next layer of support that comes right after that 100. There's a gap down towards 95. So we could see some really downside stocks here. Apple, of course, trying to get back into the 150 range. We talked about how that 150 is important. See if it takes it down today, or does it continue to hold this kind of upslope? If it can hold the upslope, it won't look too bad. But for any reason, we're right back into the 148s. It's right back into bearish territory for me. We'll see what happens. I think today is one of those that I need to just kind of wait and see. This is not a kind of market that we want to be doing, a ton of trades right out the gates. This is where we want to get through the chop, figure out, okay, where are we going to look for rejections? If it does come up, 395s would be that area that I wouldn't want to see it hold above that, because there we could push up there through the 400. We'll see what happens in this market today.
Got about a few minutes before the bell.
FRGT popping here. Looks like Eric already made some money on it. So
Nice.
good job, Eric. This is taking its next leg up. Looks like 3 is really kind of stopping at high of 303 today. So we'll see what happens when the market actually opens.
I gotta
nice job.
I gotta learn how to play pre-market, because for me, I enjoy having my stop losses already set, but in pre-market, you can't necessarily do that. So you kind of have to keep an eye on it.
Yep. I you know what, Zunaid, I tried trading the pre-market in the extended session back when I was more novice in this, and it just didn't work for me. So I just stopped doing it.
Yeah, I've done good and bad trades in the pre-market. Sometimes you get like that good little cushion to start the day, and it does feel nice, but at the same time, you don't want to start the day into the red also. So it's a little bit tough. That's what I would say, because when you start the day red, it's just like, man, why did I even trade in pre-market?
Yeah.
So, but when you start the day green, yeah, of course, that makes you feel a little bit more confident. You have a little cushion. You can swing a little bit more. I think that it's good if you're looking at bigger stocks than cheaper stocks, because the liquidity issues can really come into play. If for any reason, let's say you got into a stock and something like what happened at Shop today, where they did a pre-announcement later in the day and it just starts tanking on you, that's going to be very hard to get out. So we'll see what happens. Like always, just protect yourselves. Risk preservation on top of everything. 928. We're getting to the bell. Tesla might thrust up at the open. Yeah, I could see a bull trap out the open. The question is, do you want to play that to the upside? And we could see some other bull traps getting started today.
So real quick, this is a good spot here, Jessica. Yes, I will get the 8-ball. We will ask the 8-ball here in a sec. Veru is going to go down. One thing to note is that yesterday we saw a whole bunch of puts on Veru, a whole bunch of unusual option activity. In fact, I rebuilt my main trading workspace. We're going to go over that today after the open when we get a little bit of a slowdown. So I'll kind of show you what I was taking a look at and why I'm concerned about Veru for right now. So I think that the trade would be to the downside. Let's ask the 8-ball though. Let's do it here real quick. 50 seconds until we open. Magic 8-ball, what was your question? Is Veru going to continue to go down today? Let's see what we get here. We got an answer right away. Cannot. What does this say?
Cannot something now.
Cannot predict now. So 8-ball, you're really... I'm sorry. I'm shaking you again. Is Veru going down today? You've had way too much indecision. Make a choice here. Is Veru going down today? Ask again later. Okay, 8-ball really giving me the attitude right now, so we're going to have to wait until it's a little bit later. Jessica, I'm sorry. 8-ball letting us down here today. We'll do it again. So it'd be if there's only 2 of them, it would be a 4-ball, not an 8. Didn't get that one, but Voodoo, you're awesome. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens today. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Focusing on Tesla here. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull up a couple
FRGT strong out of the open here. 309 high print. Should come back in a little bit here. Yep, the huge pull there. So this is one of the reasons why we wanted to wait, right? This is exactly why we wanted to wait. Let me flip over to my main screen here. Apple 150 puts. Wow, big time. $1.9 million bet there. 6,903 contracts. That is the, let me get this here. That is the 7/29 expiry. So that is this week's expiry.
I'm short Tesla at 799.39. Got a horrible fill, but I'm short Tesla. Stop loss is going to be 806, as mentioned before. I'm going to look to take profits around 796.
FRGT 315 high.
Watching energy right out the gates is the only one up. Oh, utilities up 0.5. Seeing if basic material is going to get into the green here. What's down? Consumer cyclical, consumer defensives. Of course, defensive being weighed down by those discount stores in Walmart.
All right, out 3/4 here at 796. Out some more here at 795.50s, and I'm all out here at 795.10s. Thank you. Woo! Nice little one-to-one type trade, if you will, and we're out.
You guys can hear my birds, can't you?
It's a pretty sound. I'm perfectly good with that one. Are they going up in that hole again outside?
No. I have to move them out of my office into a different room, but they just chatter at each other in the morning, so you can hear them through the room. I have to close the door in here, which I can do.
Did you see that Tesla trade? Yeah, that shit went too quick. Yeah, I hate that. That's the conversation they're having.
Dylan, what giant put order are you talking about?
Oh, he's talking about Logitech, I believe. Was it Logitech?
Yes, thank you. Yes, Dylan, coming through big time. Let's see what happened here with Logitech. So
Logitech went down. I checked yesterday, but I don't
yeah,
know.
it's up today though. It's up today out of the open.
Oh,
Here. Lift puts, by the way. Watching that. The down goes lift. Wow. Down goes lift on that. 12.5 puts. We're actually not quite in the money. These were the ones that expire in January of 2024. Oh my goodness. Those are leaps.
Right now, looking at BTU, guys, it's pulling on back. Coal up,
Eric.
leading basic materials. Might take a shot on
Eric,
BTU here.
Dude, Eric, all out FRGT at 315 for the last half. Best trade all year for you. Round of applause for
That's
Eric. Awesome
man.
stuff, man. Best trade of the year.
Pal.
Let's go.
Way to go.
ALYA from the list here today really needs to clear. First thing here, needs to clear out 169. Nice.
Ayo. All right, I've got 3 stocks up here on my TNXP, TSLA, and also GOVX. Again, we're waiting for the 150s. Ooh, did I get filled on this? Hold, let me check. Let me check some. Did I get filled anything? No, I didn't get filled anything. That's really weird.
Wow, there goes AAYLA.
Look at this. Look at this.
I'm gonna try a little here on this pullback. We'll see. Tight stops on AYLA.
All right, coming to test the 393s.
Long BTU off the 2244s. Quick trade here. We'll see if we get that. Long off entries at 2257 here. Very small trade, real quick.
Man.
Wow, AYLA through that 167 spot. They sold a lot of shares there, folks. Sold a lot of shares there. 175 is going to be your high. We're pushing here. Let's see if we can actually get through 75 here. This would be interesting. There it goes. So we're through 175 there. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till we have our next break here. It's a nice little start here. Looks like it needs to consolidate. 180 is going to be your pre-market high, so we'll see if we end up getting that. VRAX is halted. Yes, VRAX is halted. Down, by the way, down here, folks, it might be hard for you to see. I understand. Hold on. AYRA coming up to 179. I'm going to try a little right here. See if we can break that. We can't.
Oh, my goodness.
Hand on the trigger to get out here at BTU. Just trying to recover here.
I'm going to go ahead and share you guys how sad I am right now. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there you go. You can see that the green line is where my buy entry was on GOVX. And of course, it touches it, doesn't give me the shares, and it goes up 20 cents. Thank you. Thank you, market makers. Appreciate you screwing me there. But maybe, hopefully, some of you guys got a fill around that area since we talked about it before. But GOVX, I did not get filled, and because of that, I am going to go ahead and exit and cancel these buy orders. Terrible.
Sir, you mid trade here, real quick? No.
What?
Are you mid trade right now?
No. What's up?
I want to go over the new screen that I kind of
Yes.
built here. So please interrupt me if you guys have a trade or if you see anything. I'm going to keep watching the scanner here.
There's a nice bounce in BTU. Just real quick, let me just get through
Yep,
that.
go ahead.
So BTU, we're going to look for a break above the 2290s here. We have 2251s looking for the break above 2290s. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yep, no problem. I just wanted to explain what you're looking at here. Obviously, the chart is the chart. This is the same relative volume scanner that I use all of the time. But down here, I actually switched the signals tool to the calendar so that I could filter for only unusually large options. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Right in here, I've got halts, block trades, and 52-week highs and lows. So just know what it is that you're looking at, where I'm picking stuff up off the screen. When we get a little bit more free time, I'll explain how I use all of these in conjunction. But this is helping me find a lot more of the option sweeps a lot faster. So really excited to put this to work.
Nice. GOVX now trying to break the 175s as Tesla is trying to come up near VWAP.
GOVX trying to take out 177 high here. 195 is your high from yesterday.
And the
trying
pre-market
a little
high,
here, GOVX.
Pre-market high is also 190s.
Big spot here on GOVX 177. Down 178 now. We'll see if we can actually push up. Remember, 195 was the high from yesterday. High from the pre-market today was 190. So we'll see if we can end up getting up there. Looks like they're refilling 177 with some shares here as well. A little bit more size at 178.
Getting tested here on BTU. It's not much there. How's our SPY doing now? Did we get washed yet?
We're up off the lows, but it doesn't look like we're rolling over yet, just yet. But it's early, Mitch.
Yeah, that it is. Hanging close here, guys. Want to see it get back above 2250 BTU. Gotta be careful with BTU because there's a range sometimes. The spread, it spreads out about 7 cents, 6 cents.
All right, 181 now. Ask on GOVX. We'll see. It's trying to go here.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy a put here, small position here at the 393 puts expiring tomorrow. Since SPY is near VWAP, got filled at $3. Stop loss is gonna be above this. Stop loss is gonna be high today. I'm gonna continue adding some as it goes to 394s. I've already got an order to go ahead and sell 3/4 of my size at 3.23, so 323.
All right, we got Cleveland Cliff coming back there. We got SPY coming back to VWAP. BTU trying to take off there. How's oil? I know oil was up early. Just caught a bid there around the 90.50 on XOM. I like that move now. I'd look for pullbacks to 91s. That looks strong right there. Gush trying to push up also. You guys can watch that. MRO trying to do the same kind of move there. Oil is definitely our leading right now towards the upside. What else is behind that? Utilities and financial services. What's on the downside? Of course, technology. Look out for those names. Those look like they're pulling on back. And I'd continue to look for some shorts possibly coming from the tech.
SPY to the upside now. I'm going to look to go ahead and buy some more at 280s if I can. I've got the limit order out. Has not been executed yet, but 280s. I have the buy order out on those same exact puts, the 393 puts expiring tomorrow.
I see BTU get to that next leg on up. It's just sitting around here. So ticking time bombs getting to the point where I'm about to just take the small little profit that I have. But let's give it a chance here. See if it holds VWAP, holds the 2250 pullback here.
GOVX trying to pop through the 180 supply here. We'll see if it ends up reversing. Feels a little heavy. I'm not in it. Scalped it for just a few pennies. CCJ calls. Interesting.
Come on, SPY. Come on down to 393s, baby.
Yeah, this BTU just doesn't want to hold here.
My question, are you all into your trading today, or are you just doing so because you have a show? Ha 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 ha. Not really sure what you mean, Roland. We're into this every single day. The way that you end up advancing in this is you stack your gains on top of each other. So I try to learn from my mistakes yesterday and apply them every day the following day. So I'm absolutely into it.
I've got a small size here at 172 on GOVX as it is near VWAP. Might regret it, but got a lot of regrets in life. I'll be all right. I am going to hold this because I'm going to add if it does come down to that 154 level, which is why I took a smaller size because I am okay giving it a little bit of wiggle room. But I am looking to get filled more at 154.
Yeah, Coke really strong on its earnings here, Jordan. And I'm looking at red.
Out there, 10-cent loss there on BTU to start the day, 22.40s. I just got out. I just didn't want to play into that anymore. Getting out there. Could it go up? Yeah, but ticking time bombs for me. Not moving. I'd rather play another play.
Come on, SPY. Just reject.
Tried to scalp Redbox, took an L there.
Looking at potentially AMB short here. See if we can get a bounce back above 87. It might just wash out here, though.
IMPP starting to move here. New highs in IMPP.
Good there.
Trying Redbox again here. We'll see. Redbox is trying. 725 your pre-market high on Redbox. It'd be interesting to see if it can get going there.
SPY
Every time I buy Redbox, it sells off though. This is crazy. I literally bought it. It's down 9 cents already.
Those SPY contracts, you are now up about 5 to 6%. Nothing crazy. Obviously, I'm looking to sell mine, as I mentioned, at 323s. Oh, it went all the way to 320s on the bid. Come on. Come on. Don't do that to me. I swear, if you go up from here and you don't touch 393s, we're going to fight. We're going to have a fight.
Redbox starting to get a little jiggy here. There it goes.
Boom. There we go. Just got the fill at 323s on the SPY puts. I'm out 3/4 of my size. Locking in them gains.
All right. Out Redbox. Locking in some gains there too. Nice job, Zunaid.
Thank you. Thank you. You've got Tesla now trying to make a lower day. I was waiting for Tesla to come back and test the 800 so I could go short again. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. Like I told you guys, Andy's conversation with us about letting it come to you in terms of catching the football, letting it come to you with your chest and not your hands out, letting the plays come to me, best risk reward. That's what I want to focus on for the rest of the year. We will see what happens, but I still got 1/4 of size left on my SPY. I am going to go ahead and have a stop loss right at break even. That way I've locked in gains, cannot go L on me at all. And the rest I'm going to look to go ahead and take out around the
short
340s.
Google.
I'll put up Google here for you.
Short Google, VWAP fade off the VWAP there. Let's get this, guys. Didn't get the best fill there. 106.56 there. Thought I had 60s, but got a little slippage there. So here we go. Risk is 106.87 for me. This is a VWAP fade trade. Google is one of the charts that I think looks really bad in tech and could really get hit hard with the earnings after the bell today. Looking to see if they're going to crash it into the earnings so that it can kind of lower the bar. We'll see what happens.
AYLA took that spot that we tried to trade the first time. So here, let me zoom in. We'll go over it real quick. So this spot, this high at daybreak that we were trying to trade before that from the pre-market, couldn't go through it on the first time, curled a little bit, then busted it. Now we're running here. I'm actually not in this. This is something that I've been working on. The stocks that go on the second and third attempt, They tend to run and pop a little bit farther. And sometimes when I identify the stock early, I actually miss that second test and pop. And I'm trying to keep things on my radar or keep things pulled up here so that I don't miss these as often. I've tried using alerts in the past, but alerts often, I'm still a little slow. I just really need to keep it front and center on the stocks that are going to provide opportunity here. AYLA 2 test here. Big pop through 2 to 205. So nice little trade here if you got it. I would trim and trail here. Whoa, all the way up to 212, 220. This is just going big time here. We really hooked one this morning, folks.
Which metaphor is it?
Gonna halt.
A lot of regrets.
Gonna halt here.
What's halt? What is?
Nope, couldn't hold. Couldn't hold. Sorry.
Oh, AYLA. All right, you've got a GovX coming down. Again, I've got to buy order some more at 143s. My initial purchase was at 172. I am down about 9 cents on that trade, but looking to buy some more. And AYLA breaks $2.
Monster. We had it spotted. We had the line drawn. We had everything ready. We had the spot. We figured it out right out of the open. 180.
Get your meatballs. Get your meatballs.
Unreal.
Oh, the football metaphor? Yeah, I do. Because that's how I used to trade, but I'll be honest. Sometimes when you're doing a show, you want to give out trades and, all that good stuff. But anyway, you've got GovX coming right back down. Hopefully it can fill me this time.
SPY heading to the lows. Just want to mention that. SPY heading to the lows. Be careful.
What's wrong, Kat? You missed AYLA, didn't you? And you're all mad.
Yeah.
Jim didn't miss it, though. Jim, I'm out. AYLA monster, baby. Let's go. Jim, get yourself some wine. Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
There's Google starting to get hit. SPY getting hit also. Looking for some flush down now. There's a SPY going to the low of the day. 392.69 now.
All right. SPY as it hits the lows. I'm out of all my puts at 340 here. 340. I am all out of my 393 puts that expire tomorrow on SPY. Woo! Let's go.
AYLA trying to take out its high day here. I'm not going to trade it, though. Too extended. I'd really need this to pull back, consolidate, and set up. Maybe you can get it here, but this just seems risky to me. I'm going to wait until I get a setup. Don't want to chase.
Don't want to chase.
You chase me all you want.
Nope. GovX might be curling. Let me watch this.
It's been a decent short if you're shorting Chewy today. That retail Walmart news just destroying Chewy today.
FaZe? We can take a look at FaZe. I'm an esports guy. Yeah, I don't really see much.
Yeah, there's not much there.
Don't really see much. Maybe look, $10. I'm sorry. That's all I got for you. $10. I don't really see anything crazier than that. Maybe a break of 13, possibly. Maybe 1250s, because I think that's yesterday when I looked at FaZe. Yeah, there you go. You had the 1250s kind of act as support and resistance. But it's not my type of trade. Not going to take a look at it.
Scalp GovX on that curl. Went right to the VWAP and kind of rejected there. So just a couple of pennies. Got lunch money.
Take that lunch money.
Lunch money.
SBFM is spiking, says Ryan. Let me take a look at that. I don't have any. I don't know why this is going, but we'll see if we can figure it out. I don't see any news.
They're not hitting Chewy because they hate Ryan Cohen. Risk for a biscuit. That's not the reason why, man.
What do you mean that's not the reason?
Equals my big. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just messing around. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, did I miss the 15? Mother.
So I got through 15. We talked about that being the level. Daniel Torres is chasing is my biggest daily losses, Ryan. You got it, Daniel.
I can't trade SIG. Oh, my God. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Anyway, GovX coming right back up to VWAP at 170s. If it pops above, I will be a happy camper. You've got the SPY coming up as well. If you believe in life, going short on SPY, this could be an opportunity for you here. Your risk off would be 394 pop. And look, this is why. Look, I say it all the time. I don't care. this is why you scale out, because we took profits at 323 and 340s and 330s on SPY. Now those contracts are right back to $3. This is why you scale out. Do not be greedy. Hit those singles and doubles like we talk about here all the time. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum. Dum, doo-doo-dum-dum-dum.
All right. Pushing out there. Could get stopped out of Google here above the 106.88. SPY coming back to VWAP. We'll see what happens there. Did we get a push back up? Start squeezing some stocks. Let's see.
If you're in AYLA, I mean, I would love to say $2 should be your entry, but I'll be honest, I'm more so looking at like 185s, right near VWAP is where I would prefer to go. But if you have a little bit more of a risk tolerance, you can go ahead and grab a small piece at $2 and then maybe grab your actual size around 182s, 183s, give or take. 369. Damn, so fine. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, Dylan.
All right. Utilities now leading us. Energy behind that. Real estate behind that one. What's on the downside is technology still, consumer cyclical, and healthcare.
Come on, GOVX. If this 10-minute candle on GOVX closes above VWAP, I will go ahead and buy some more and risk my life. Let's go ahead and have some drawings on the SPY. There's some drawings on the SPY. SPY rejecting VWAP for the moment. We'll see if it can pop above 393 50s or not. So far, though, the put idea from the VWAP for the second time that we've mentioned it has been working out thus far. Those puts went all the way to 3. Now they're right back at 310s if you wanted to sell them. I'm not in the trade anymore. I already took my profits, took my ball, and went home.
I'll be careful here. Might get stopped out in Google.
I'm going to live life dangerously, so I went ahead and purchased some more GOVX. Even though it's under VWAP, I know. My average price now is 166. 166 is my average price. And if it gets above VWAP, I will go ahead and buy some more. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put that order in right here. If it pops, 172 is where I have my stop limit entry on it.
Getting the squeeze right now on Google here, trying to get out here in the 80s. Can't let it get through 107 for sure.
Yeah, you got calls or something? What? You saying my crayon drawings are not strong enough? Watch. Just watch. Just watch. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not short, so I don't really care. But. All right. Come on, GOVX. Did I just get filled on something? Yes, I did. All right, cool. GOVX. Oh, cool. You gonna go ahead and fool me? Never mind. We're not gonna say that part. Well, I got my buy order taken care of, and then it pulled back a little bit. That's nice. Now my average price is 168. 168 is my average price. Ryan, unmute. I don't think he's talking. Oh, you are talking. We
my
hear you.
cat walking on my desk unplugged my microphone and it switched to a different one, so I've been talking here without doing anything.
Got it. What do I think about Apple?
That's fun.
I think it's near VWAP. If you want it to go long, I think this is if you want to go short,
Google.
You can. Stop loss would be above 152.40, so you're risking about 50 cents. Your get out should be around 151.80s and 151.60s.
Definitely not Dave and Ryan Milligan. Thank you very much for the heads up.
Hey.
Jessica's right. If you're not Dave, then who are you?
Where'd the drawing person go? Hold on. Where's some of my drawing? There you go. Stacks, what's up, baby? Look at that drawing.
Risk
to the
it.
Downside.
Risk it for the biscuit, saying, what are your thoughts on Intel with the upcoming possibility of the CHIPS Act? My only thought would be, did Nancy Pelosi buy it? If so, then go long.
Nvidia. seems
Shots
to be the play.
fired.
They're all crooks.
See, sometimes I'm okay with that because, you know.
They're all crooks.
Mitch loving it. Mitch loving it for some reason. I don't know.
Let's put them all in
GovX
jail.
trying VWAP again?
Let's put them all in jail, right? Let's just take
I
over
wasn't
the
calling for
government.
jail. I was just saying that they're all crooks and frauds. That's all.
I mean, if they're crooks and frauds, they're supposed to be in jail.
I don't make the rules. I almost called you Zunaid. That's funny.
If they're
Come
crooks
on,
and frauds, I mean,
GovX.
isn't that what we got jail for? Oh, no, I forgot. Jail's for the other people.
This is a slippery slope. I'm staying out of this one.
I'm going to eat my
Brian
breakfast.
for president. Brian, I could not take that job. Trying GOVX here. 169. Nice. Let's see if we can go through VWAP.
I swear to God, if you tank this stock for me.
I've been taking them all so far. So here we
Oh,
go.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank
nope.
you. Yes,
all I need
yes.
to do-
There
Look at
you
the
go.
bid that came in. Look at the bid that came in at 170 there. Look at the bid that came in there. Unreal. So
Come
Zunaid, I figured out the secret sauce here.
What's
Just
up?
buy the stocks that you have. Huge bid at 170 there. Oh, they took it. Holy cow.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Holy cow. I took my scalp off there real quick. All right. So what was
You
I
just hit it and quit it. Goddamn.
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
I mean, hey, look, how you live your life is, you know what? Slippery slope again. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Um,
You're just trying to get everybody in trouble. You're literally attempting to get as many people in trouble as possible. You woke up today and you said, I'm gonna start the world on fire. That's what I'm gonna do.
And I'm going to do it without showering.
Okay, real quick, we're going to try to get back to Veru here because the 8-ball has really been giving us trouble. 8-ball, come on, the market's open now. Is Veru going to go down? Outlook good. Okay, Veru continues to go down today. You heard it here, folks. Jessica, I hope you got that.
All right, we are, again, my average price since I bought some more, I've been buying is about 169 on GOVX. I've got some outs here around 178, so 10 cents above, just to kind of scalp it if I can, in case it doesn't want to break the 180.
Hi,
So I've
why
got
are
my
you
limit
yelling
orders
so much?
already out.
You've muted my mic. You've screamed at me. What is wrong?
She doesn't like the smell.
It's a he, but he's leaving.
Excuse me. My apologies.
Not needed. GOVX 174. This looks to or it's stopping here. Excuse me. There we go. They just took it. Gonna try to scalp it again here. Let's see. Eventually I'm gonna tank this puppy for you, Zunaid.
Well, look, can you go ahead and buy it till the 179s, please? Because that's where I'm like getting out 3/4 of my size. Actually, half my size, not 3/4.
Oh, okay, out here on that scalp too.
Damn it. Terrible. All right, let's see what happened with Apple. Let's see if Apple's short idea that we talked about would have worked or not. Ooh, not yet. Almost got you stopped out, though.
Look at AYLA. It hit highs
down?
at 242 and then just immediately yanked those buyers all the way back down here. Just dirty stuff, man. Hard to trade. The first trade was the easier trade.
I just hope
I'm
this
not
is
in.
why you guys should have limit orders out, because if you had limit orders out here, you would have been popped out, done with. But if you didn't, you're trying to come back because you got the alert. You're trying to sell. Next thing you know, instead of selling at 230, you're selling it at 206s. What are you doing?
This pull on AYLA, I think, is exactly what we need. I think this pull is going to shake out your weak hands. Hopefully, we get some consolidation here, and then we can move back up towards the high.
If I was not still in GOVX, I would go ahead and play AYLA off of the 191s and 192s. But unfortunately, I'm still in GOVX, so I don't want to take on too much risk since we are beautifully green with our
I think I got your scheduled Slack message for the
awesome.
put trade.
Sweet. There you go. Gotta love that. Gotta love that feature.
Might be bouncing here on AYLA. God, I'm gonna screw this up all day, folks. I'm sorry in advance.
It's okay. It's okay. SPY, downside, crayons held, line held. Don't play with my lines, Stacks. Don't play with them.
Oh, you know it's good when you remove yourself and you just talk to the background, the studio. for a good 20 minutes, and I'm like, man, these guys, Zunaid and Ryan, don't like my positions. They're just talking all over me.
That's
And,
like what happened when my mic was muted because my cat sabotaged me.
So I am short Amazon, guys. I was seeing the SPY start rejecting there off the VWAP. I got short on Amazon because there was a rejection there. So, hey, we'll see what happens. I got short off the 117.69s. Risk is 118. Anything above that, really, we don't want to see it kind of push above that. Let's see it just fade away. The SPY fading away there to 392. Let's see if it washes out towards the 391.
SPY to the downside, hit low of day. Now it's trying to come back up. And GovX with the 175 is trying to go up again. I'm looking to sell some at 178 if I can get it. Somebody pay 4 more cents.
Somebody.
Come on. Come on, baby. All right, I split up my order. I've got 176. Excuse me, I got 177 and 178. I swear to God, if you don't fill these.
You want to go over the Logitech put trade, Zunaid?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll wait if you don't want to.
Well, I just don't know if I'm going to get screwed here or not. Oh, 177. Bro, I've got my sell. Can we go ahead and sell some? Thank you. All right, I'm out 25% on 177, another 25% on 178. Come on.
Is this GovX?
This is GovX.
Quick, everyone short the hell out of it. Just kidding, Zunaid. I'm just kidding.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
That's
All of a
terrible.
sudden-
That's a terrible.
All of a sudden, you see
idea.
a 50,000 order just go through there. It's like, holy, who's watching us?
All right, let's go ahead and check out your Logitech puts that we did not buy, but we said we'd keep an eye on.
So
it
we
since
talked about this early, right? We
Yeah.
talked about Logitech early in the day, right? It's about $54. It's currently at $54. So it looks like, it sold off a little bit in the after hours. Oh, you don't even have it up. Looks like this is right in here is when we saw those puts and we were talking about it.
Yep.
And it's just above 54. It did leak the rest of the day. Looks like there was some action here in the after hours, but really it's just kind of rocketed back up as soon as the market opened and then consolidated right here, right around 54. So had you have bought those puts or really those calls, you probably would have lost. It was the put sellers that won on this particular trade.
Yeah, so it looks like if you bought the puts, you would have been making a little bit of money before the end of the day as it did go down. But
Yeah.
even though the stock price is close to where it was when you purchased it, because of theta, because of IV, you done got screwed a little bit.
And let's be honest, Zunaid, if you bought this for the earnings, you're not selling it when you get into a little bit of profit right here. You're holding it for the print and you're feeling pretty good about it because you already have a little bit of profit to work with.
100%.
Looks like the numbers, let's see what the numbers were like. Lowers guidance, misses on earnings, lowers guidance. This to me would have been, I would have guessed for sure this would have sold off. Looks like
that
they
last
increased the
part,
buyback, but
there you go.
that's not normally not enough. I would have expected this to move down. It didn't. Put sellers won the day.
Yeah, that's where logic doesn't play into the market. And that's the hard part of understanding sometimes. This market doesn't trade always with logic.
You've got the market coming up now above VWAP. Crayon Drawing said, screw you. I
SPY
can only
pushing
hold
here,
it
guys.
3 times.
SPY pushing. You could see some flips now.
You've got the SPY right there, moving up to the upside above VWAP. High a day is approximately 394 tens.
Did found daily support at 392.27s. There's some daily support there. We'll see if it takes it out. But found some support, bounced off of that and went to 392.29.
Took a little Clovis here, 178. Gonna try. Logitech actually looks like it's gonna curl. SBFM popping, not seeing anything here though, not in this. GovX going.
Slowly but surely, things are slowly going into the red there. Financial services now into the red. Real estate is actually leading us up now. That's an interesting move there. Didn't expect to see that. Office REITs doing well today. DLR, ARE, those are those types of stocks. OFC. I don't trade any of these, but hey, maybe these are on your radar.
It's funny on Twitter. I saw someone say that they've got big sellers at 178s, and like I'm selling at 178, but I am not the big seller. But I just got a little ego boost, Ryan. I was like, yeah, I'm selling my shares at 178. You're gonna have to go through me.
Well, I mean, I know that you're not the big seller, but let's talk about why that's important, right? Why did you choose that level?
So the reason, and it just got taken. Cool. I'm out 50% of my size there. Now it's popping to 180s. I chose it because, let me go back here. Because I wanted to go ahead and sell it in case we didn't pop the 180s. And that's the reason that I had chosen it. And then I was looking at the level 2 to see what the price action was. I was comfortable with it. And now we're possibly going to go ahead and break high day. I am going to go ahead and put out another sell. Let me see what the pre-market. So the pre-market high is about 190. So I'm going to go ahead and sell at 188. Right below the pre-market is where I've got 25% more of my size ready to go. You want us to take a look at Cleveland Cliffs? I think that's CLF. Yes, it is. To the downside we go. Let's see what the daily is.
The reason I was asking you that, Zunaid, is because the bar at 10:02, it made a high. It stopped right at 178. And so that spot clearly stopped it. You picked that spot. Look what happened as soon as it took it. It popped a couple more cents, and it came back and back tested 178. This is not magic, right? This is all stuff that you can do if you observe these patterns. Any one of you in the chat here can do that.
Absolutely.
So SPY, we'll see if we come back up here. At least for me, Amazon looked really weak up there at the 118. So I'm still in that one from 117.69. We're at 117.50 right now. We're going to look to see if the SPY rejects from a breakout to the upside or the Qs reject from an upside move.
CLF, Brenda, I went in and checked out. Didn't really have an opinion on that at all. Coin, why is your contract up 100%? I don't know, because the stock's going down, and that's what happens when you own puts.
Because Coinbase is under investigation from the SEC. Big news item here this morning. Lewis Hamilton, let's go ahead and highlight it.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Bitcoin going down too isn't going to help it, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's up off the lows here. It's still holding above 20,000. It couldn't quite break 20. It was the low print recently is 20,805. Currently above 21,000. But the reason that coin is selling off is because the SEC, it's under SEC investigation for its cryptocurrency. Hold on a sec. Cryptocurrency listings. This right here, by the way, folks, this right here is why Benzinga Pro separates itself from everything else out there, is because you can see things happening on scanners and then confirm what the actual catalyst is by reviewing the news in a click of a mouse. There's nothing else out there like that that's going to be able to give that to you. I'm happy to tell you when we ask here, but you can do the same if you're a Benzinga Pro client. And if you haven't tried it out, what are you doing?
What you doing? By the way, real quick,
I would be scared about coin long term, but go ahead.
GovX, I told you guys I had my outs there at 188. Went ahead and got filled on those outs at 188. Now I've got only 25% left. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the dailies and try to pretend like I know what I'm talking about and see if we can get some more action. But looks like this $2 was gonna be my next sell area, but maybe I should hold on a little bit. I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to see if we can get a crack above 2. I'm going to be patient with this one.
You be patient.
You're welcome. Risk it for the biscuit. By the way, I agree with you on Coinbase. I know Mitch is very bearish on Coinbase. I'll take the other side of that. I'm bullish on Coinbase. I don't think they're just going to let it go. I think the regulation will actually help. It will be the one that ends up making it here. That would just be my guess. Easy for me to say that when I don't actually own shares. Let's be honest.
So here's what I would do, though.
I'm
kind of with you. Look, I don't know the fundamentals of the company or anything like that. So let me just go ahead and say that. However, just thinking about how I would play a stock if I liked it long term, but it has a good amount of risk involved, I would buy the shares. Then I would grab some puts as well that are outdated, that are further out. And then I would go ahead and sell some covered calls as well to kind of get a little bit of premium as well on my shares. That way I know exactly what my risk is in case shit hits the fan. Then I can try to collect some short-term calls in the meantime as well. That's the way I would do it. No clue if it's the best strategy or not. But there you have it. Who you firing, Mitch? Who you firing? What's going on?
Love getting questions, while I'm, trying to trade here.
Happens to me all the time.
I just feel like
especially about something that you're already doing. It's good to get questioned about shit that you're already doing. It's like, look at the channel. And maybe you might find out for something, but
So the monkeypox plays do seem to be moving here. GNXP highs.
SPY playing chop here at the VWAP. It's just chopping.
Yeah, Ron, TD Ameritrade does use our news, but you can't filter and manipulate it. You just have to accept whatever they pump out for the ticker. GOVX looks like it's going to try here. It's trying to clear out this 184, 185 area and move towards highs. High print here of 188. SPFM going right off the scanner here. New highs again. Not in that, by the way. NA. Water is never far out of reach. Never
I gotta go.
far out of reach.
I gotta go fill mine. I'm a little.
I'll have a sip right now since we're talking about it.
I am behind on my water intake today.
Gotta love cold water, man. Gotta love it.
I like it a little cold, not too cold. Like, let's not be mean about it.
It's when I'm thirsty, man. There's nothing like ice cold water. CMRX had a really, really rough day yesterday. Sold off a little bit out of the open, right back up. We'll see if this can actually get going here. 185 up now on GovX.
Come on, Oh, by the way, I have my sell order some more. I've got about another 15%. I've only got 25% of my size left. I'm looking to sell another 15% at 196. Limit order is already down there. 196.
That iceberg type water. Yeah, I like that, NA.
I'm doing the Crest white teething stuff, so my teeth are a little sensitive. I definitely cannot handle that.
I use that charcoal toothbrush with the black bristles.
I use the Arctic Fresh. The black charcoal one just freaked me out.
Yep. Yes, Ron. Yes, you're absolutely right about that, and that is definitely a good thing, right? We try to get the news as fast as we can, and other brokers are recognizing that. You're absolutely
There's the washout that I've been looking for. Washing out there, the SPY. They rejected that VWAP. Now I'm looking for that downside move. Look at Amazon just flushing there. Now we're looking good, baby. I was being patient there, being patient. Now we're down towards 117. Nice little flush candle. You're going to probably start seeing it in a lot of stocks here. Tesla flush candle. Apple. Look for a flush candle. Let's look for a move towards 151.70 there on Apple. Microsoft coming down to the lows. Google. I did get stopped out on this one. That looks like it's going to start rejecting up here. Did kind of hold the gains there. So now you can start seeing these start getting hit, especially technology names. Nvidia, look for the washout to the lows. AMD, washing out to the lows also. We'll see if it takes out the lows now and gives you that next leg.
AYLA, is it starting to curl? Yeah, it looks like it's trying to. Looks like it really needs to get over 213 here. So we'll see if it ends up doing that.
By the way, we do have an interview coming up tomorrow with one of the monkeypox plays. I'm waiting to get permission to go ahead and start marketing it, but I'll go ahead and risk my job and give you a little sneak peek on the sector, or not the sector, but you know, whatever it's focused on.
212 here for AYLA. Looks like this is a oh, they're taking it. This might go if we pop through here. There we go. So we're through. Let's see if we can actually get some push here. Nope, they just refilled it again.
And
big volume there at the 212 spot.
We talked about getting this one off of VWAP. You can see that it did come down to VWAP around the 193, 194s. So if you went ahead and were patient, you got yourself a nice fill, and you could have easily scalped this one for 10 to 14 cents on the pop up. Yeah, monkeypox is no joke, at least from the pictures I've seen. But, you know, stay safe, everybody.
Watching AYLA, seeing if it can curl and move through this area here. Popped big last time, so that's kind of the intriguing spot, or the intriguing thing about this.
GOVX holding above VWAP. That's a good thing. SPY coming back down again, rejected VWAP as well. Never really broke the session highs, which is what our stop out would have been if you ever did get short. I'm not gonna lie. No, I am gonna lie. Never mind. I was gonna say I kind of miss popping in a DVD. I feel like it's a different feeling, but then it's like I don't really care about it. So
yeah, I'll be honest. I like being able to just hit my remote and go to my Amazon account, play the movies I own there.
Yeah.
PGY, it looks like it's attacking 12 here, by the way. AYLA is struggling to get over that spot here.
Stacks, I assume you're long SPY or what?
I am watching PGY here, but the trade is already there. I feel like this is chasing up here. I'd like for this to come back. In fact, let me get VWAP on this chart. That's something we could use. Boom. VWAP figure here at 1135 I've got. Would love to see it come in. Here we go. There we go. I got 1138 on toss. Wow. Okay. Big pull here. This is, whoa. I'm glad I'm not in that nasty pull here on PGY. Holy smokes.
Did that just come from 12 to 11?
Sure did. And now it's
Yeah,
bouncing.
Damn.
Wow. This is
we're gonna pass on that one. We gonna pass on that one, brother.
the YOLO guy is saying we're gonna pass.
Oh yeah, nah. Now, if it comes to $10, got my interest. Because if you look at 14-hour, you had $10 be the resistance. But I did go ahead and get clearance. So we are gonna go ahead tomorrow at 11:05, have an interview with SIGA. I believe it's with the CEO. I'll double check my calendar invite. But tomorrow we will have an interview with the CEO of SIGA. We did have an interview yesterday with TNXP, I believe the ticker is. And that was a good conversation. We got some good insight. We'll ask the same type of line of questioning to the CEO of SIGA as well. So just a heads up on that.
Thank you, Ron. Hopefully, let me know if it works out for you. Let me know if you're able to make some money with it. FFIE puts.
Oh, you know what?
Big puts. Not really. 38K. Yeah, it's not big at all.
I assume, Ryan, since you know I love whole numbers, I assume I can also use our scanner to give me all the stocks within a certain market cap that are around that price point that I'm looking. Like I can have one block be like, hey, anything close to $10, one for 20, one for 50, one for 100. Can I do that?
I mean, you would just do a price filter of what, 995 to 1005?
Yeah.
And then market cap? Sure. You could do that easily.
Sounds like I know what to do with my other monitor. But let's go back to
let's just try it here real quick while you're let's see if it gives you the results that you're hoping for, right? So you wanted
GovX high day. Yeah.
You wanted something around $10, right?
Yep.
So
let's go $100 just for fun. Because I feel like we'll get more. Yeah, because I feel like we'll get more results that way.
Whoa, why did this get cleared out? There we go. And so here you go. So here are all the stocks, $99 to $100. You don't even need a market cap filter. You have these 27 stocks.
I like that.
There we go. Nice wash there, guys. We're going to take some profit here on, just hold on. I had an active order there. Boom. Just took half off there on Amazon. SPY heading to the lows. Just broke through that. Heading towards 392.27. If it gets through there, we're going to continue it going. Hold some of the shares. Definitely seeing that flush on the SPY. If you take a look here at Amazon, that's what I'm short there. Just cut down there through the 116.70s. I took some profit at 116.59. Now let's see if this can continue to hold. Won't let this get back above VWAP. We're going to be green no matter what, and just try to get us a good trade here. Let the SPY continue working down and leaking out. That will go ahead and continue leaking some of the bigger names. SPY trying to cut through that 392.27. We've have a low today of 392.33. Let's see if we get through there now.
GOVX, I want to go ahead and take my profits here. I said I was going to sell around the 196 part. I don't want to wait around and see if this pulls back. I am out on GOVX at 192s. I sold everything. I didn't want to hold anything. All out.
That's still a pretty good trade, though, right? You cleared pretty good on that.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
You got 100% gain on that?
No. Like 100% was a really good trade.
I like that one. 100%. 100%. No. I mean, like 100%. Like, I'm sure.
I just got a text. What's up, famous? I just got a text from one of our. So as you guys know, I do stuff with 2K, and a good friend of mine who's a coach in the league trades and stuff like that as well. And he just sent me a little picture of watching us. What's up?
Nice.
What's up, famous?
Jesse says, Ryan, do you have a Twitter? Yes, it's in my picture right here. It's right next to the pipe. It's at Faloona. In fact, all of our Twitters are on our labels, if you call them that.
Yes, they are in GOVX to the upside. Now, look, for that $2, whole number, expected for it to be resistance there. Please, for the love of God, go ahead and scale out. Look at that yank. You saw that yank? Just went from like 196s to 192s. This is why you want to make sure you have your limit order set and ready to go. It's so far away from VWAP and the EMAs as well. It could pull back. If it cracks too, shorts could try to cover, and this can easily go much, much higher as well. Look, this can easily go to $3 as it has earlier in late May. So plenty of room to go, but make sure you scale out. Do not be greedy.
How do you know you've made it? When viewers in the show you're on are texting you.
Oh, there he is.
That's how you know. When you get a text from your viewers during the show that you're on live, you've made it. Gabriel is asking, hey guys, are you investing into real estate as well? I'm not personally. I would be interested if the real estate market bottom really fell out. That would I want to buy when there's blood in the streets, if you will. Forgive the expression, but that's what it is. But I'm not right now. Good question, though. I know it's not a trading one, but a good one.
I live my life like SimCity. I like to point, click, make money, lose money, and get out, which is why I love stocks, which is why I love futures. It's just easy for me to just have liquidity.
Is that also why you like 2K, right? You get on the sticks, you get your ass handed to you, and you get out? Is that how
I get my ass handed to me, and I'm like, look, I can't be a player. Can I talk about the players? So, which is funny because I played flag football in college, but then I got too old and I just wasn't athletic. So then I went and refereed flag football. So yes, I always find a way to stay in the game, just not as an athlete.
That's actually respect. I loved umpiring Little League baseball when I was younger. I was never a very good baseball player. Mitch is out here stealing on Pudge Rodriguez. I was never any good, but I like to umpire.
I'm getting back in it. I'm gonna have to show you guys some video when I hit some bombs. I'm gonna join a
Mega Millions is 470 mil today. I might have to go pick up a ticket.
Mega Mills, baby, is gonna be better than this market. I'll tell you that much.
A few years ago, our friends and I, we would grab like 50, and we would all have an agreement that we'd split it. Like we'd have an email chain. The pictures would be there. We'd all would be in agreement that we're gonna split it. None of us won jack shit. But
yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
Spy
there was a baseball player a couple of years ago that spent like 10 G's on tickets and of course lost. So
that's just wild.
There's a baseball player that if you guys haven't seen AB's shorts, so I will give you guys that. There's a baseball player that did something with his millions during the pandemic. It's one of our top shorts on our channel. Check those out if you haven't seen them before. AB's been trying to push on those, so I ain't gonna give away the secret, but it has something to do with a Yankee player. So check it on out if you're a Yankee fan too.
I can't believe Aaron Judge went bankrupt playing lottery tickets. That's terrible, Mitch.
Aaron Judge is going to get paid like beyond anybody's dream. That guy's going to get like 400 mil or something. It might be even more. Might get a 700 mil contract. Might be the first billionaire in baseball.
Ryan Mulligan, excuse me, Mulligan. My mind is still on the golf course.
I see you. No worries.
What it is. Ryan, Mullen is down 19%. You don't say.
You don't say.
That's so crazy because I thought that this was going to $40,
You don't
right?
say.
You don't say. Interesting.
All right, we just got a bounce there on the SPY from the low of the day. I was trying to see it get wiped out here, but it's not pulling too fast. I might just take my profit here in Amazon. It's not a bad trade at all. Yeah, I'll just take it there. 44s, not bad. We're talking from 116.53 to 117. It was 117.50 down there towards 116.53. So it's over a point there. I'll take it. Not a bad one.
And real quick here, AYLA, this is the bounce that we were hoping for here. This thing's really playing games with traders' hearts, if you will. It looks like it was trying to curl here, really pushed up to that 220, pulled back a little bit, then busted through it. Looks like it wants higher here. We'll see. AOI kind of grindy right now as we don't have the huge volume that we had earlier.
Well, guys, I'm back into the green at least. One trade green, 2 trades red, and into the green. So let's see what can we do from here.
Yeah,
Jessica,
see you later,
have a great
Jessica.
day.
Yep.
Have a great day. Good luck on your interview and watering and garden. Good stuff. Make sure those plants get water. Take care.
Make sure you
Thanks
do
for all
as
your
well.
support.
Get your agua in. If you were still in the Tesla trade from the beginning when we took the short at 800, clearly I went ahead and got out around 795s or so. But this was a beautiful trade from the morning as well. And let's go ahead and check out ALYA for a moment. Oh, that's
AYLA. I've been doing it all the days, Zunaid.
There you go. Maybe I should know what ticker I'm talking about. But you got that VWAP bounce and you went ahead and got right back up. You got yourself about 30 cents or so on it. Make sure you scale out. Make sure you scale out. Follow the EMAs. Follow the VWAP to kind of give you an indication. And now you've got GOVX looking to pop 2. If this pops above 2, I expect it to go to 204s or so. Because think about it, if you're short this stock, where are you going to go ahead and have your stop loss? It's going to be around 202s, 201, 203s, right above the $2 mark. And that's where they're going to have to go ahead and buy it, in my opinion. And we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening because that's a similar story, I believe, of what happened with AYLA. As soon as it got above $2, you saw a huge pop to about 20 cents because those are the shorts. And look at the volume here as well. Those are the shorts that are saying, snap, I'm out. This is my stop loss. I need to buy back those shares. And that skyrockets the demand and the supply as well.
So
the supply decreases and demand increases. What's up?
I was just going to say a little unrelated. I was waiting for you to finish. Interrupt me if you have to.
Please.
Looking at my unusual options calendar in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen here, you see more of these Veru 16 puts. Now, remember, Veru's 12 right now. It was 16 when these went off. If you take a look at the option chain, these are the August puts, right? They expire August 19. Those are the monthly puts. The 16 puts had an open interest today of 10,000. And the current volume here is 3,500. So simply by looking at that, I can tell that these traders are closing trades. Look at this one. Trade value 1.4 million. So it's 6.2. I wonder what he bought those at. And then he closed out another 1,000 here for a cool $620,000. So just it looks like some of the Veru trades being closed for gain, or at least taken partial here. That's what these look like on the unusual options. Really interesting stuff here.
FRGT, it's below VWAP. I'm not the biggest fan of it. If you really wanted to try to play it, you can go ahead and try to purchase some around 250s, 244s or so. But for breaks to 235s, I would go ahead and get out. Matter of fact, I would only maybe wait till this one crosses above VWAP to give yourself a chance. But for me, FRGT, not the biggest fan of it. I think you've got other better plays to go ahead and be patient on besides that one. Such as AYLA. So AYLA, if you wanted, you could go ahead and put an order in to purchase some at 201, 198 or so, because it is above VWAP. You've got the $2 whole number as well, and you can possibly get a better price by 13 cents instead of just buying it here. Would not be surprised if this comes down and gives you another opportunity. TNXP. We interviewed the CEO yesterday. Looks like that one popped above VWAP and around VWAP as well. And don't forget, tomorrow at 11:05, we will interview an executive from SIGA, just like I did yesterday. Should be a fun one.
GOVX looks like it's trying to take out 194, 195 here. Seller here at 194, it looks like.
Got a little bit of a flag situation.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it resolves higher here. How's SIGA doing?
Pew.
Yep, 95, size at 95 there.
Pew, pew. I don't know why I'm making that noise, but
I don't either. I think you had a lot of coffee this morning, honestly.
you know, I've never had a full cup of coffee in my life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're the weirdo like that.
I
But
was-
something's going on. Something's going on because you have more energy than you normally do.
See what
Here goes-
happens when you don't shower in the morning?
Taking some GovX here. Going to give this a shot at 195. If it, they really need to pop that. Let's see if they do at 195. Oh, well, there's a lot of volume going off there. There it goes. 196 spot. Now let's see if they get the volume out of here. 198 is your high. Sure looks like it wants to take this. Now here comes the ink. Nope, right back to the spot.
Whew. SBFM volume has been strong today.
Yeah, it sure has.
Damn. Sunshine Biopharma.
GovX took 95, took 96. Coming up on highs here on GovX. Let's see if they can do it. I see a lot of buy volume. Big seller here at 198. They take it. I think it pops. Maybe they pull that sell order.
There you go. Full screen.
There it is. Still in there. There we go.
Full screen for you.
Here we go. Here's your test. 198. Let's see if we get through here. Actually, there it goes. 199. Here's 2. Big seller at 2. See where? Oh my God! They took it all. They took it all. There we go. Here we go on GOVX. Wow. All right. I'll take that.
Nice trade.
I'll take that from 197.
Nice trade there. Got the little bit of a pop from the flag. Got the 2. It only went to 202. I was expecting 202 to 204s. Only got the bottom of the range of the pop. But beautiful trade, man. Way to go.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Zunaid. And this is why I like scalping, because right now the pressure's off, right? I'm in that trade for what? A couple of minutes. We talked through it. Pressure's off now. Here's the thing, Zunaid. If this sets up again, here we are. We're at 203. If it sets up again, you can do this trade again. There's going to be multiple opportunities to take this trade. So me selling early, I don't actually view that as a bad thing. I'm actually just taking off some of the money that I was risking. So I'm okay with that.
Amen to that.
SPY trying to take out the lows there. It just ticked there. We'll see if it recovers now or does it complete flush. Apple flushing there. So it looks like maybe it should have held a little bit, but stock's coming
Here's
down
the rest
now.
of your move.
Yep.
I would say if you're still in this here, go ahead and close a big bid at 206 there and wait for it to set up again. We'll see.
Talked about the little bit of a flag forming, and you got a huge break off of that. I mean, please, for the love of God, again, go ahead and make sure you scale out on GOVX. If you're in this trade, we started trading this one around, what was my average price? 168, I think, after I got all my spots in it. And we sold them out about 194, scaled out in between as well on GOVX. SIGA, this is another one. Again, we'll have that interview tomorrow, so I'm not going to touch it just to, not have any issues. But let's see what the SPY's doing though.
SPY's near lows, and actually I was just looking at the VIX, Zunaid. Is VIX here curling up? We actually took out, let's see, we're right, I don't know if we took it out. We're right at the level we were in the pre-market yesterday. What day is this? Yeah. So the pre-market yesterday, before we started to bleed down, so kind of looks like we're trying to go higher here on the VIX. We'll see. SIGA near highs here. GOVX did this pop here without SIGA, which is kind of interesting. But SIGA now curling up here towards the highs here. 1694 is your day high.
Yeah, I was thinking, Ryan, if I should go ahead and swing some VIX calls because of any volatility we may face with FOMC,
Long
with earnings,
MRO.
and the GDP number as well.
Mitch, you want to go over your MRO trade there?
Yeah, I got you. I'll look at it right now. I'll bring it up here. So this is a reversal style trade off the bottom. I see 3 or 4 candles of the 5-minute showing a bottom at a 23.13. We just slightly got back above towards the 23.30s. I got in on this pullback looking for that support to hold. So don't want to see it try to take it out. It could wick there, but no close below that. And another thing to look for is what I look for all the time. 1, 2, 3 times to attempt to bottom, right? then look for an attempt to break that bottom, and then look for quick reversal. So now we should get that quick reversal back towards 2330. And if you do get that and then move up towards VWAP, this is going to start looking bullish. We'll see if we get the reversal or not. With reversals, I like to go in smaller sizing and looking for it to give a bigger move than a small little scalp. So you can give it some range to the downside if it's going to come towards that 2313. And you could also, when it comes to the green, you want to give it some range too, so you actually get some return for the smaller size that you're going for.
You want a bigger move, you got a bigger move. Look at GOVX now. Ryan went ahead and smacked 215s.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Saiga moving towards the highs here now as well.
Trying to break that $17 area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly or the 65-minute on in that. So you've got room till 16. You've got room till 1750s on SIGA for sure.
Yep.
And see, this is why in the beginning of the show, what do we talk about? We said, look, the main thing that I'm focused on are the monkeypox plays. And Ryan was the one who went over the stocks.
Yep. And this is also why we waited. This is also why we waited. There was some chop right at the open before the move started to go in on both of these names.
Yep. All right, it's 10:37. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my steps in, but it was a great trading day. Definitely needed this one because I think I told you guys before, the month of June hasn't been the kindest to me. The past couple of months haven't been the kindest, but should be fun. Zakla, hopefully I pronounced that correct. You're welcome for the trade, GOVX. You went ahead and clicked the buttons and managed your risk, so congratulations on that. But I'll see you. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Tomorrow's Wednesday? What day is it today? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
I don't know. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I was like, do we have all access? All access is.
That's Friday. I thought.
No, it is. It is. I just didn't know what day it was, but
clearly.
Anyway.
Well, I'm just kidding, Zunaid. Love it. Love it. Great kids today, man. Enjoy the steps. Wish I could go do that.
Bye. That's what we should do, by the way. If anyone has Fitbit at Benzinga, we should have like a steps challenge. You know what I mean? Something about health. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason, $1,000. You know, let's throw something in the pot. I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at this trade. All right, I'm out. Bye.
Later, Zunaid. How's your MRO trade doing, Mitch?
It's battling. It's doing what it's supposed to do. We're just looking for a move.
We out here battling.
Yeah, it's one of those days, you know. And I've been trying to take it easy. I don't know if you guys notice it, but not trying to be too stressed out about, you know, catching all the moves and catching. Right now, I think this is the time where what you want to be doing is looking at your overall yearly return. And if you're in the negative, understand that, you know, one thing that you can't keep doing is just losing money all year, because that's just not going to be beneficial in the long run, right? And so what I've tried to do is just come back to base hits. And so at least in July, I've been doing much better here, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm just trying to do smaller trades, but base hits in and out. Be more objective in the trades, trying not to let some longer swings come into play, because this market's not for that right now. Until that happens, you're going to continue to just give up some profits. And maybe you're not giving up profits. Maybe you're just taking too many trades. And so that's what I've also tried to do, slow down the trades, not looking for every opportunity, just looking for some ones that make sense. And then also looking for reversals in this market has been working better than, let's say, playing bull flags or bull pennants. Normally, those are the charts that I like the most. But right now, it's been more reversals and range plays that have been making me the money, especially this week. Like a perfect example is on oil names. We get a lot of times these hourly ranges. And it's better to play probably the hourly range than the breakout. So if I got in here around the 23.26, right, for MRO, for me, that would be an hourly range back up to 23.60s or 23.70s. Take profit there versus trying to look for the breakout above 24, because we're not getting the breakouts often in these names. Zunaid's still here, so if we start hearing some music and
we didn't even tell him about that. We didn't even bust him about that. I forgot about that.
This is what happens when you give Zunaid some nice things, you know. Oh man, one of these days he's gonna go to the bathroom with us, but who knows? Let me do him the favor. I'll be nice. I'll remove him.
Saiga looks like it's going to try to take out 1690 here.
All right. If we do get past 2330s, I'm actually willing to add on MRO, but it needs to just kind of hold the reversal and just start trending back there. SPY is continuing to try to break that 392.27. Hasn't really been able to close down there. You've seen a couple wicks down there. Even on the 5-minute, you're getting a kind of a reversal setup for the SPY off of that level. Not really for a breakdown, but it could continue. Doesn't mean it can't break down there, but you're getting a lot of closing right underneath that. And so to me, that shows more of like a reversal potential, right? The same thing that I'm looking at in my trade above. A couple times to break the bottom, right? 1, 2, 3. On the 4th try, you couldn't break that low. Now you look for reversal signals. That to me looks like a reversal signal. So I wanted to hold 392.27 on this 5-minute close towards the top of the range, showing me reversal on the SPY. We'll see what happens here. And we'll see if MRO can get that lift. There's 23.27 for MRO. Above 23.30s, I'm willing to add. So if we go through there, I'll take the add and look for the swing for a nicer trade. So one of the things with the reversals sometimes that I do is I'm starting with a smaller position, right? I'm looking for the price confirmation. So for the price not to head towards that 23.13 and then try to break the resistance, that's where I'll hit the add.
So I got through 17. Big move here. I'm out. Nice job. Sorry, Mitch. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but had to take that right there. So I got to keep going here.
Take that money. I did see Daniel talk about the 65 SMA. It was the 65 EMA, and that was from Mighty Shoulder Trades. So if you want to check him out, you can, Daniel. We'll probably have him back on sometime soon. Just like that wasn't necessarily the interview that I did. He was just on the show as a part of the show.
Yeah, he was a guest. It was not an interview. He was a guest for trading. He trades the strategy. We brought him on. He did some live trades here, and we will definitely bring him back. As you know, Mitch said all the time. Mitch says all the time, hey, if you want to get on here, if you have recommendations for people you want to see, reach out.
Yeah,
Mitch is all about that. He's an open book, guys.
Yeah, my biggest thing is just have something to add to the chat, right? If you have maybe a pattern you've been seeing work consistently, or maybe you're just trading better than you feel like everybody else is. That doesn't mean to kind of come here to show off, but more along, maybe there's a strategy that you're using in this market environment that's doing really well. That's something that I always look for. So have no fear to come on or ask me, hey, I've been doing really well with this trade. I would love to talk about it. Maybe you can talk about it for me because I don't want to go on. That's okay too. All right,
Joyce,
see that push here. Let's see if we get that.
Joyce, thank you for the kind words. I will definitely try to keep this going. Really appreciate your support. You've been on fire recently too, by the way, Joyce. So keep it up. You too, keep it up.
Yeah, I've never heard of that EMA also until kind of Mighty Soldier Trades brought it up.
Me either. But here's the thing, Mitch. I'm always open to learning something new from somebody. That's what I tell myself. And he's spotting something that is repeatable, and I want to be able to learn that, and I want to be able to repeat that process as well. AYLA looks like it is trying to curl here. Be careful one. This has been a tough one to trade today. So.
All right, how are we looking on XOM? Yeah, that's looking like a little reversal there too. Gush leading us. There you go. I like that.
Judge, you hit it, man. Lifelong learner. Every day is a new opportunity to learn something. Great.
Yeah, what I always say in trading is very important is when you're looking at traders, recognize two things. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? How can you apply your strength or their strength to your strength? And how can you learn from their weakness so it doesn't become your own?
That's profound, Mitch. I'm blown away. It's
important. It's literally, it plays into almost everything in life. If you can focus on what people are good at, add it to your tool belt, focus on what people are bad at, make sure that you don't get bad in that area. Why? Because you have now an understanding about that it could be a trouble area for, let's say, trading, or maybe it's, I don't know, it could be football. You know what I mean? And trying to keep the corner on your inside hip, whatever it may be. Find the strengths, find the weaknesses, expand them, and then that's how you'll go ahead and add them to your tool belt.
Daniel, the 65 EMA, I believe it was the 15-minute or the 15-second and the hourly. This is the thing. There are other time frames that really kind of help show what that EMA is doing. I'm gonna have to follow up with Mighty Soldiers because I don't want to misquote. I'm pretty sure it's the 15-minute and the 1 hour, but I know he also uses a 15-second chart, so I don't want to screw that up.
All right, guys. So the three trades that I'll be looking at is some oil names, right? I just hit that ad there for MRO. So we're looking for the pushback to VWAP. We're going to look for it to continue. And this is off the average. We got an average on MRO now of 23.26. So not a bad average there. We're looking for this to really start pushing through the 23.30s, get back towards 23.40s. And you want to see the other oil names kind of get that lift also. So maybe Gush continuing that push here through the VWAP. We don't want to see a big turnaround.
Real quickly, Kalu, GovX, I made profit of $2,800 within 2 days if I sell now. We cannot advise what you do with individual securities. We can only tell you what we're doing. What I will say is that $2,800 for 2 days of work sounds like a pretty good deal for me. But be sure that you trade your plan and stick to your own risk tolerance. Good job being up on that trade, though.
Yeah, I could use some lunch. So who knows? Maybe you take us out to lunch, right? Right? I won't be mad at you.
CLOV popping. I guess maybe a little. Popped a cent over 252. Not much there, though, my man.
All right. How's our SPY doing? Catching some bounce?
CMRX highs.
Yeah, caught some bounce there. We talked about the reversal play, right? Off the 392.27. Now you're getting that reversal back up. The question is, does it reverse all the way to the VWAP or does it come right back down? All right, guys, do me the favor, guys. If you guys can smash that like button and you guys are enjoying today's show, let's keep it going. Bringing some tunes up in here because it's starting to get a little bit calm. So let's go ahead. Let's change it on up. Let's bring some tunes and start having some fun with some music. If you guys got a tune you guys want to check on out, throw it up in the chat. I'll definitely go ahead and play.
CMRX through the spot here now. A little bit more size at 225 if it can take it down. They're taking it. There it goes. And then the bid following it up. Here we go. Here we go. All right, I'll take that. Just a little bit there. Oh my gosh, BGY.
Yay! Let's go, let's go. SPY is definitely playing the chop action. It's a slow volume type of day. It's one of those days that kind of gets boring. So we're going to go ahead and have some fun. I'll be playing the little tunes on up. Ryan's having fun with those smaller plays today, though. I'll tell you that much.
Trying to. PGY at 1225 here. Looks like it might go.
Canada love. We need to go to Canada, Ryan. We're getting invited to Canada, man.
Sorry, I can't do it.
I don't know. I've never been to Canada.
I have. I went snowboarding in Whistler one time, which was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
PGY not getting going here.
Take us away.
Here real quick. Oh, I see. Kalu, if you were there, I'd take you to lunch, Mr. Ryan. Well, I appreciate that. Mitch didn't mention anything about the lunch. He just said, so I apologize for that. Very nice of you. Thank you very much. I will take you up on that if I do that.
That's what it's about, man. Open offers. That's what I look for in life. You gotta have a lot of open offers in life. You never know when you might need an opportunity.
Yeah, and then there was something. No, I had another question here about the scanner. I think Ryan. Oh, L Ryan. He said T Lee L Ryan. He's abbreviating Lord Ryan L Ryan. That's hilarious. Just Ryan is fine. You guys are too nice. Can you go over the new Benzinga Pro scanner settings? So the scanner is actually not different. I'd be happy to do that. Scanner is actually not different. It's the same filters that have been my moneymaker all year here. It's the volume over 1 million, just to make sure that the results are liquid enough for me to get in and out of. Relative volume 5M 10 day. Of course, this measures the relative volume of a rolling 5-minute window versus the average volume versus the average 10-day volume. PGY about to take out 1225 again here, by the way. There it goes. PGY, big pop move. Wow. If you were in that from that curl here when we first started talking about it, take that. That's a huge move. Unreal move here. We're going to 13s, folks. Oh, okay. Sorry. That was a monster move that literally happened while I was explaining that. I'm sorry for digressing here. Let me finish this up here real quick. We'll check out PGY. And then the next thing here is this is change percent over the rolling 1 minute window, right? I'm interested in things that are trading to the long side. It doesn't have to be up on the day. It just needs to be curling so that it's on the way up. Because I'm trying to do long trades as opposed to short trades. So these three: volume over 1 million, RVOL minimum are 3, and then percent change over a rolling 1 minute window of 0.2. For the options scanner down here, I basically just have a size filter on. I want to see all of the contracts that are 1,000 contracts or more. So I put size greater than 999 contracts. I turned off ETFs because I'm interested in just individual stocks. So very, very light on the filters there. I'm basically looking for just bigger earnings plays. That's it. And then in these signals, these are just I'm just getting reported halts, block trades, and 52-week highs and lows.
What? All right, here you guys have a song that was mentioned in the chat here. Go for broke. Let me maybe stop the stick figure in the background.
I'd love saying take that, by the way, Hex Pony. I got that from P. Diddy.
Hey.
Coming in hot, Peter Tosh. Don't get it.
A song. What's a song?
PGY going for 13s now?
I turned myself to DJ Hoch now. DJ. Don't eat pizza in Canada. I don't think that would be the first thing on my menu. Oh, Canada. What do you do when you go to Canada, guys? Please let me know.
Ski.
I learned to play some hockey out there. Hockey. Ooh, MRO doesn't want to hold. The spy is
Easy Mike TBLT curling up towards this area here. This is what I'd be watching. 6. Let's just call it a 6. I'd actually try to front run this high a little bit since it's right at 6.
Yeah, spy's taking us down right now. I'm looking to see if we get a recovery in MRO, but I'm about to cut it here. Needs to recover here at 23.15. Anything below that would just get out.
Yeah, Vancouver. That's where I went, Rippin. I flew into Vancouver, spent some time in Vancouver with some buddies, I think like a day or two. And then we drove up to Whistler and did snowboarding.
Amazon looks a good like a short again at the VWAP, but it's already coming down there. It's just looking like it's starting to become kind of that nothing kind of day.
Josh, this is a super nice comment, man. You guys are great, trading for 2 years and always still learning. With that said, learning from you guys and enjoying the calls. I've stopped listening to my options Discord room because I enjoy you guys more. So thanks. First of all, Josh, you're most welcome. We really appreciate the support and the nice comments there. If you're learning, if what we're doing is helping you learn things, then it's working for us. That is absolutely awesome.
Nope.
We'll keep trying to do that. Keep it up, man. That's really good stuff.
All right, guys. So now slightly in the red with 2 green trades, 2 red trades. Just slightly into the red there. I'm just going to call it a day from there. So we've had 3 red trades, 1 green trade, and we're slightly into the red. That shows me that my accuracy is off a little bit. Profit to loss ratio kept me in the battle, and I'm okay with small losses on the day. Not okay with just continuing to snowball. So instead of pushing on a day where you're seeing low accuracy, I'm not going to push. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day with a small loss. Good thing that we had that Amazon trade to keep us into the green, to keep us not so bad into the red. And so Amazon was the best trade on the day, loss on BTU, Google, and MRO. But can't be mad about that Amazon trade either, because if I held on to that Amazon trade, what would have happened? Well, it would have gone right back to the VWAP, and I would have had to have hold there. So, hey, not a bad trade there for today. All right, let's go to the next song here. I did see some tunes getting mentioned, so let me scroll on up and get some of those going here.
All right, Mitch, I'm going to get rolling here. I got some stuff to do. Thank you as always. We're going to be back at this again tomorrow. Great day today. Lots of plays despite a relatively, down and kind of boring market. Don't forget, do have some earnings coming up here. Let me see if I can get the right graphic. I can't believe that people would put the wrong graphic and not clear it out in StreamYard. That's really unbelievable, frankly, but we'll address that later. Later today, we've got Microsoft after the close, also Google, Chipotle, and I would be interested in Visa and Texas Instruments. So keep your eyes on some of the earnings plays. And tomorrow morning, remember, we're going to probably be talking about Boeing. We might be talking about Teva, and we might be talking about Spotify. So keep those on your radars. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
All right, Ryan getting on out of here. And yeah, I fixed those overlays for Ryan. That was my fault, guys. So I already went and deleted those older earning ones. Now he has only one there available. So we won't miss up on that. My fault there, guys. Look, getting that bounce now in MRO. It didn't take out the 23.13. So maybe I reacted a little bit too quick to the gun there. Just didn't want to get washed out. But let's hear the tunes that are playing and let's keep rolling. Coming in hot. Red hot. Peter Tosh. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's keep rolling. Gonna get some Mega Millions. Thanks for the tips, said Steven. Hey, can't blame you on that one. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some other plays on out there. You're looking at Walmart puts. The problem there is that it's hard to play it on a day like today, right? Where it's already been hit so hard. How much further down can it go? I would think you get some sideways action the same way that you got it last time when you were in this area. If you take a look at the daily, last time you got that big drop, right? What did you get? Some sideways action. You could get sideways action here. Of course, 118, taking that out could give you that next leg down. Question is, does it take it through there? It went right close to there. It depends on what you're looking for. I personally think it goes sideways here for a little while, but like always, it's not what I think that matters there. If you feel this is the trade for you, hey, well then maybe you just figure out what strike price you want to go for and how much time you think it's going to take to get to that price. All right, let's go. Was there a big report coming out this morning? The only thing we got is we did have some housing number come out. So you could have seen that kind of affect the housing stocks today. So there you guys see Leonard bouncing on up there. Those actually been holding really well. These housing plays, man, they just don't want to crack. They're eventually going to crack and give us a good opportunity to the downside. We'll see what happens there. I just got to set alerts. All right, if you guys got some tickers you guys want to check on out, throw them up in the chat. I can go through the sector and the industry outlook. Utilities actually leading us now, so you guys can watch those. Maybe like Duke having a decent day today, Excel having a good day. So those charts actually look interesting there. We could maybe grab one of those to the upside. Doesn't look too bad there. SO, you can watch also Southern Company, PROR, Portland General Electric. A lot of these electric stocks having a good moving day there. I like these charts, just not going to take another trade right here. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what other stocks are making moves. I do see some stocks mentioned in the chat. What else is talking about? Intel. Intel is getting a little bit of a lift. Doesn't look too bad for a stock that is kind of damaged down here. And in technology names, is tech going to get a bounce here? We'll see what happens. Definitely the high cap names just struggling today. We'll see if those can come back. Microsoft down 2.1%. Amazon down 3.8%. Tesla down 2% there. If Tesla can get into the green, maybe you get a push back. But right now, doesn't look like Tesla's going in the green anytime soon. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going with the tunes here and see what happens. Do you get rejection from the VWAP off Tesla and it comes right back down to 785, or do you get a move back up there towards 794s? All right, let's keep the tunes going. I'll take this look at some of the stocks that you guys are mentioning in the chat. Let me go ahead and also make sure that we got our redirect set to bring you guys on over to Benzinga Live. That will be coming up in just about 27 minutes. So hit that like button. We'll get you guys on over to Benzinga Live coming on up. Just taking a look at the overall market here. See what we're going to do. We're going to come right back down. We put a big bullish engulfing candle there on the 5-minute. Don't want to see it take out the lows of the 392 here, because then it could be a rough day here. It's just tough trading right now. A lot of chop action. So it looks like AB is going to do a lot of earnings previews. So if you guys are interested in the earnings that are coming on up, check that out. Daniel, talking about the Twitter. How is Twitter doing? It's at 39.23s, pretty much sideways action, right? Yeah, sideways action. And if anything, it's setting up for me to a downside move below 38s, and that could get you back down to the 33s. A move back above 41 would be interesting to me, getting to 42. So big candle up there. That would be interesting if we start getting that push drive back. Right now, it's just sideways. It's nothing that I would be trading, but it's all what you want to go ahead and go after. Cleveland Cliff, trying to fall off the cliff there. It's just hanging on by a thread here. Last rejection, that's 1650. Not a good level. Would want to see it recover there. Get back up there to 1670. If not, this does look like it's trying to break down, but we'll see what happened there. There's MRO heading down to the downside, so it looks like oil not hanging on here. SPY might be turning around also, heading back down to the downside, and there you guys see it heading on that downside look. HTGM Take a look there. It's trying to get back through that $1 spot. We had this stock on yesterday. It got up as high as, I think, $2. Oof. Pulled back big time there. HTGM. We'll see if it gets back on through here, through the $1 price point. There's MRO breaking down. That's what I was concerned about. Now down there towards 2308. So you could get washed out on some of the oil names. XOM heading down also. So it's a tough day to trade today. And you're seeing probably the SPY break through that low there. Now we're seeing some leaking and probably going to continue to see the leak in, like, let's say Tesla heading right back down to the lows. That's what I'd expect. We'll see if these can continue to keep moving down. Apple leaking. Does it get to the 150? It's at 151.34. Really wouldn't want to see it close underneath 150. That would be very bearish. Been in Intel calls all morning, just waiting. Not a bad one, Jet. We do see some strength in that. Managed to squeeze some gain out of Walmart calls today. Hey, well, Jonathan, best luck to you, my friend. All right, let's keep the tunes going here. What's the next tune up? All right, let's keep the tunes alive. Ooh, this one's good here. Let's do that. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's take a look at some other plays that are on out there. Apple still trying to come down. MRO cutting through that 23. Second overall look. Do we even get anything to hold into the green? It's just those utility plays. So if I'm playing up, I'm probably playing utilities. Downside, I'm playing tech. These tech names just keep getting hit here. Nvidia down there towards 166. We're having a nice short going into Monday here. If you got it at 170s, doesn't look too bad. It's trying to head down there. AMD also pulling on back here, right? We'll see if it gets back there towards the 80s. Definitely seeing some weakness out of these. Google is the one that I'm going to keep on watch because it does have earnings today. This stopped me out earlier today when it went up there towards the 108, and it just got above my levels there. So I'm going to continue to watch to see how this Google kind of performs. Right there, it just ticked up there and it got me out. So one that I'll be watching to see if it can continue leaking. It does have earnings after the bell and going to be a big important stock for the overall market. If they come in and miss and Google's down towards 100, watch out, guys. Meta getting beat down. Let's take a look there. Yeah, Meta getting the beat down there to 161.80s and just continuing to just look atrocious on the chart, looking like it just wants to take out, going towards the 150. Lucid, where's my Lucid Dreamers, man? I should have got short on this thing. Down there towards 817. I'm going to keep it on watch, but it does look like a bearish chart to me. What's up, guys? What do you guys want to take a look at? All right, let's play some different vibes here. Let's keep it going. Boom. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going here. I'm going to change up the tunes here. Let's go to some Kali. All right, traders, what are you guys taking a look at? Any stock or on your radar, any movement that's catching your eyes? Throw it up in the chat. Let's keep this going here. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's take a look at GM. GM was an interesting one. Had decent earnings, put a lot of positive catalyst out there, but not able to hold the move. I think a lot of this is Tesla, but we'll keep watch what happens here. I was going to keep watch on LTHM because they announced it. They announced a partnership with GM. So this is an interesting one as it's pulled back significantly all the way back to the support, bounced off of that, hanging in between the range right now. I'm looking to see if it's going to bounce off this 23, come on back here, maybe end up at 24. Doesn't look too bad here. LTHM, and they did put out a partnership with General Motors today. So keep it on your radar. It's one that I would keep watch. Oh, I see what happened there. I was wondering why I wasn't playing the mute. Shinoa. People, hit the like. Let's go. TNXP. Let's look at it. TNXP still holding the gains there, up there towards 182, trying to hold up here, trying to continue the gains. Of course, yesterday we did the interview with this stock. Nice little inside day. If it could just end up here around 175 to 190, that's actually good for me. I think this looks interesting, at least on the price action for today. Affirm being mentioned in the chat. Oof, just continue on the downside here. I really wish I would have got short this stock in the 30s. That would have been a really nice short up there towards that resistance level. Now you're seeing it come on down here. It's going to drag. I think that the earnings will come in bad, but of course we just never know. All right, SQQQ to the moon. That wasn't a bad one to get yesterday. If you were able to get it near that 46, looking for that pushback. It's held the gains today. It looks like it's just stair stepping up, just like the market stair stepping down. CMP, Center Point Energy, interesting. Regulated gas stock. Doesn't look too bad. Nice little setup here. Looking like it wants to come back and push. Of course, we know what's going on in gas. You had that push here. Want to see how it reacts here at this level. This is around the 3040s, going towards the 3050s. Doesn't look too bad there. You'd want to see a nice push there. It's a little bit slow right now. You want to see some volume. Looks like the volume's pretty low here. Let me just check. Yeah, low volume today, but it is setting up on a daily push. CNP. Triple L, I see mentioned in the chat. Don't know this one. Looks like an apparel manufacturing company. Just don't know anything about it. It doesn't look good right now. Every pop doesn't last. And so to me, this is one of those pump and dumps type of stocks where it pumps and dumps. RCAT. RCAT, at least they're stepping up, right? It's not like every time it pops, it just comes down. It's just been kind of slow stair stepping up. That one's a little bit better, at least I would say, than the one that I just took a look at on CNP. Pfizer getting that lift here today. Interesting to see that. Keep this one on watch. It does have earnings coming up later in the week. I believe it's Friday. Is it Friday? Let me just check right here. No, it's Thursday. Thursday before the open. Pfizer. Look at that one. Nice push here going into the earnings. This one could just start taking off, so keep it on your radar. And if it does have good earnings, take a look at Moderna as it's sideways here. I think this is just taking a stair step. And if Pfizer can come with some good earnings, you could see Moderna take right back off to that 180. I like this sideways action on Moderna. All right, BJ switching from sales-based reporting to revenue now, looking strong, especially with the Walmart news. To tell you the truth, I'd be worried about all retail after that Walmart news, but that's just me. All right, let's continue going. Let's get these other tunes going in here. Pfizer head of vaccine retiring today. Good to note there. I mean, probably not a good thing if he's retiring, but I'm not too aware of biotechs. Market waiting for chair press tomorrow. Yeah, FOMC is just going to determine this market. One thing that I would keep on watch, right, is you're going to see a bunch of FOMC talk. What should you be watching? I know we're going to be watching the interest rates, but I will be watching the sell-off of the assets. I think it's very important to watch how they sell off those assets. I think it's going to make a vital change if you start seeing them pushing the selling off of the assets in a faster pace, because they know that eventually they need to flip back probably to quantitative easing. Shop bouncing, Para, MSOS. Let's take a look. Shop trying to get that bounce there. I mean, it's been washed out. It could catch a little bit of a bounce. I know I wouldn't be touching it right now with a 10-foot stick. MSOS, also just watching out. It's in my eyes, that cannabis trade, it just went away. But we'll see what happens there. TQQQ, pulling on back there also. Doesn't look too good there. Walmart just leaking out. Para, Paramount Global, not one that I would want to be in. And it's just also like, take a look. Netflix is not doing well either, right? I mean, this is not one that's just doing amazing because other streaming services are, doing really great. No, streaming services are struggling. Just like you see Warner Brothers, WBD, struggling, right? Until they turn trend, you don't want to be playing these, at least in my eyes. All right, I'll see you later, Voodoo, at 1 p.m. Appreciate you coming by to Stock Market Movers later. Yeah, it's interesting there, Quantum, to keep an eye on that Moderna and also Pfizer, playing that kind of hand in hand, whichever one you want to play. But I'd keep it on watch, especially with the earnings coming on up. Oxy being mentioned in the chat by Shannon. Let's take a look there. Oxy pulling on back here. A lot of these oil names love to do hourly pullbacks, so I would draw maybe a trend line on that hourly and look for that to come into hold and play. So that's a move back towards around 62.60s and then coming back towards that 66. But you could take a look at this on other plays too, like MRO. MRO's pullback would be on the hourly. It would be somewhere near coming back towards, let's say, this 22.91, even could come down to 22.70s. We'll see what happens there. No futures today. No futures today. Futures is only on Mondays. It's futures trading. That with Zunaid is going to be from 11 to 11:30, and that's only on Monday. Normally on the other days, we stay here till it's 11:30. I know it calms down a little bit during this time, but this is the time where I can take my time on charts and really go through them with you guys. GME moving up. Oof. I don't know if I trust that move, but let's see. GME down there, it has been falling fast there towards the 33s. Now we're getting a little bit of a reversal there. Doesn't look too bad, but let's take a closer look at GME. It's trying to reverse there. It's held there. It's starting to hold above the VWAP, trying to get back there to the 33.50s. We'll see if this can get on pushing. I don't know if there's a catalyst why GameStop would be moving, but right now it's not on my radar. All right, what other one? ZM. Zooming down. I was actually going to look at this one for a short setup. It does look good off of that 105 for rejection back through the 100, getting towards the 97, 95s. Keep that one on watch. I think it could fade down. All right, what's the overall market doing now? We're just hanging out here at the 392s. This is why I feel like we could have an afternoon rally. I don't know why I get this feeling that we could just all of a sudden rally. Too many people are pointing towards the downside here. One that I'm going to say right now that is going to be a short for me is AT&T. I think this is going to start getting hit hard. DirecTV going to get hit hard with, of course, the NFL Plus coming into play. I think a lot of people had DirecTV for a long time because of what? The Sunday ticket. Now that you have an opportunity to get it somewhere else, or maybe not the Sunday ticket, but the NFL games. So we'll see what happens there. How's my DraftKings? DraftKings pulling on back for us, baby. I'm going to look for 1 week to play into here. By the end of the week, going into August, I might be playing a swing trade on DraftKings to play some seasonality going into the season. We'll see what happens. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to play a quick promo here for Benzinga Pro, and we'll go ahead and keep trading here.
Introducing Smarter Financial News Search with Benzinga Pro. Now, with an array of familiar screening filters like price, short interest, and PE ratio, you can actually screen financial news for stock trading ideas. But that's not all. On top of fundamental and technical screening for actionable news catalysts, now you can tailor your newsfeed with Boolean operators or, and not. The result is perfect. By your own standards for your own news trading strategy. Prepare for the upcoming rebound. Capture news catalysts before major price moves with Benzinga Pro today.
What's going on, trader? Keep battling and definitely check out BZ Pro. All you got to do is go to pro.benzinga.com and you guys can get the news as it hits the tape. Perfect example was this morning when Shop got hit with the news. I was looking around like, what happened? I looked at my charting. I look at Shop. I see it going down, but I don't know what's happening. Well, if you would have pulled up the Pro, you would have got that immediate headline coming out of Reuters and hitting the tape there. But definitely, BZ Pro, check it out. All right, what's the high going to be on GOVX? I'm not sure, but this one's been doing really well today and continuing the gains there, man. What a push that one's been. Now up on the day about 30%. Yeah, it's about like 30% on the day. We'll see if this can continue to push here. Where are the stops ahead? So in my eyes, of course, you're running into kind of this hourly levels around $2.23. But if you can get through there, next step would be the 260s. So 225, break out the 260s. And then from there, you got to move up there towards the $3. We'll see if it really gets rocking. And that's a move up there towards the $3. I would look for a pullback here to kind of hold or take another leg up through the 225 level on GOVX. CGC mentioned in the chat. I'll take a look there. All right, let's keep the tunes going here. All right, let's go. GOVX, will it get to the 225? MRO did break down there. I'm seeing the SPY just continuing to leak out there, guys. So just be careful out there. I expect some leakage can continue here. That Amazon looks like interesting here to short it, but not going to take another short there. Just going to kind of watch today now. DKS was one I was looking for potentially a short today. Let's see how this one's performing. That's actually holding up pretty well. Interesting. Thinking about swing trading this short. Doesn't look too bad there. I wonder when their earnings are. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look there on the Pro. The Pro will tell me when their earnings are. Pull up my Pro here. Let's take a look here. DKS. Going to see what's going on with this stock. When does the earnings come into play? All right, so it's 525. I'm thinking it's going to be in August. So we're still a little ways from here. Doesn't look too bad. I like the chart to the downside, especially with retail the way it's struggling, but who knows? It's a different area. So what I would look for if I was shorting this, I would look at the resistance here, right? You're looking for a rejection above that level, coming right back down to the support. That's a move right back down towards 89. So you're going to short somewhere around the 90-50s, 90-60s, 90-75 off 91, looking for a move back down through the 89s. Also was looking at Starbucks short here. Actually like this look here as it's, curled here. Tried to get back up there. Could come right back down towards the 80s, 60s here. Bollinger Bands on CGC. The thing about CGC is that it looks really weak. Look at the last 4 days. It could catch a bounce here, but it's not something that I would be thinking is setting up for a bull play. Weber losing money. The grills, baby. Just take me to the paradise, baby. Home is where the heart is, baby. Right here, trading with us. Let's go. All right, looking around to see what is trading well. It's all going to be dependent on the earnings after hours. This week is all dependent on earnings, Fed, and what happens in economic data from GDP. It's going to be a tough week. I would say find your paradise, guys. Today is one of those weeks where you want to definitely know and keep your head straight. Things are going to change. You're going to hear a lot of flip talk. A lot of that is based on the earnings, flipping the market. All right, what other ones are moving out there? JagX. Yeah, not really my type of stock there. 32-cent stock. There's not much there, at least in my eyes. What's up with the red box? Oof. Not holding on there. Looking like it wants to fade out there. Careful with that red box. All right, looking for other trades on out there. Amazon now down about 4%. Tesla down 2.3%. Home Depot down about 3%. This one's definitely leaking out there. Play a little Marley. Tilray, I got out of that one. I'm glad I got out, man. Look, now we get a spike. What happened? Did we get some cannabis news, guys? Could see CGC move on that. There you go, a little spike. Will it continue? Let's see if I can find the cannabis news. Of course, what am I going to do? Just going to go find out. Don't see any news hitting it right now. I'm just going to take a look here. See if we can find some cannabis talk out there. Not seeing too much out there. Yeah, not seeing much out there right now. I did see it pop, but if you guys see why this is happening, let me know. I had Tilray at 350, so I could pick it back up at 350s and look for the next swing up. That's a look there, but you have to hold really tight. You want to make sure that you hold at 340s and it gets back to 4 real quick. So some good volume that came in there. We'll keep watch on the cannabis stocks later today. See if we get that continued push. SPY down to 391, guys. Didn't expect to see this, and just continued leakage from yesterday's attempt to go to 400, but failing. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to wrap on up. I hope that you guys have a good time. Definitely keep jamming, keep enjoying life, keep battling. I'll be here battling with you guys, and let's continue pushing. Yeah, links won't work in the chat because we get a whole bunch of spam in the chat. That's YouTube's life. But we're going to wrap on up, bring you guys over to AB. AB is going to talk about the earnings coming on up. Later after that, you'll get stock market movers where we'll touch all the headlines that have come out in the intraday. What should you guys be watching? What stocks are moving? And of course, we'll have an expert opinion on stock market movers. So I'll see you guys on over there. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Smash the like before you get on out of here. And let's always continue working to improve our skills.